Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guys, I think I have a little update for you because this is very different. So real quick, I'm just going to run through before I jump into the eyeshadow what is going on. So for the next week or two, I will probably be filming with a backdrop like this, maybe a little less, maybe a little longer. I'm not entirely sure at this point, but I am in the process of, like you guys already know, transitioning my filming spaces. So we went through and we decided to gut the spare room, paint it, and make it an overall beauty studio for me to film at, and my mom and my dad have both been so awesome with helping me through this entire thing. And my mom painted it. It looks so beautiful. It is so nice and so bright in here, and there will be an overall video coming for you guys to kind of see the transformation and see the end result, but that video is a minute away, so it's coming, but like it's gonna take a little while. So while I'm in the process of waiting for the rest of the things to get here, because girl, Northern Michigan, I have to order everything online. So while we're in this transitional period, I will have to film with a backdrop, but just so you guys know, this probably isn't a permanent fixture. I might use them on and off because I'm playing with the idea of backdrops. I don't love them, I don't hate them. Like, I don't know, I kind of just love like that overall homey vibe, homey feel. So that's gonna be the end goal, I think, but obviously, like I said, I have to wait for that stuff to get here. So there will be a little bit of a transitional period with backdrops. I hope you guys don't mind, and you guys can always let me know down below. Do you like it? Do you not? I love to hear feedback from you guys. Okay, got you guys good and zoomed in, and let's just, oh god, feel our best Marc Jacobs fantasy right now. Oh my good lord. Okay, let's go ahead and swatch these. I think I'm just gonna swatch them from the lightest kind of bone color shade here on over. All right, so I went ahead, I have them all swatched, and I'm a little bit perplexed because in pan, they do look a little bit lighter, I think, than the way that they're swatching. Example, this brown shade right here is this shade, and for some reason, like, doesn't that look like it should be a little lighter to me? But that really doesn't bother me so much. Now, the only thing that is kind of bumming me out, this middle shade, which is Sidewalks right here, I was kind of under the impression by looking at it, feeling it, that it would be a little bit more shimmery, a little more reflective. Even on my finger, you can kind of see it. But then when I swatched it, which is right here, it looks very lackluster, almost more of just like a plain satin finish. So I'm not sure what the deal is there, but nonetheless, I do think these are some beautiful colors. Off of the swatch perspective alone, I'm a little disappointed in that shade, and I don't know that I love how similar these two browns are. Like, they're very similar in undertone, in color, in everything, even in depth. So I don't know how I feel about that. But overall, I'm excited. We're gonna try them out. As we all know, a lot of times things work differently on the lids than they do in swatch. So we're just gonna give it a go. And obviously, girl, that purple ash shimmer, she is going all up on my lids. Now with this launch, I also did pick up a couple of their fine liners, and I've never tried these before, but they're tiny little eyeliners. I did recently talk about how much I love their highliners, which I will link up here. I did it in my Makeup That's Worth the Hype video, I believe, and they are so good. So I figured we would test these out. I grabbed this really nice purple shade. This is in Grapevine. It's just a beautiful satiny looking purple. Ooh, wow. And she doesn't want to move either. She's already not budging, honey boo boo child. I also grabbed it in the shade Dove Affair. See what they did there? Dove Affair, Love Affair. I like that. It's like a really nice kind of gray purple tone, which I also really like. Now, obviously, I picked two shades that I thought would best complement this palette, and I actually think those are quite stunning. Now, before I jumped right into putting these on the lids, I was kind of going through the Marc Jacobs website, which is where I picked this up at, and I wanted to just run through a couple of quick little deets about it, if you will. So this, just like all the rest of their little 7-pan palettes, is $49. So they're definitely not cheap, but as far as overall quality and consistency goes, I do have a couple of these palettes. I have one of their Christmas palettes from a couple years ago, and I will tell you that consistency is key with Marc Jacobs shadows. They are very good. They're very light, velvety feeling, especially the mattes, and the way that they blend is effortless. They're a little powdery typically because they're slightly on the soft side, but they're not super full of kick up, and overall just the quality, the blendability is great. So I am very excited to dive into this one. But I did go down and click where it says Marc's inspiration because I kind of wanted to see like what the overall thought process was with this palette. I don't know if I'm the only one, but anytime I look at a palette or I start kind of like, ooh, they're gonna release this, I always want to know like what was it that inspired them to do it, because I think it's cool to see where certain people kind of draw inspiration from. I don't know. You guys can tell me if it's just me, but I love that. And in his little inspiration piece, it says, beyond his fashion design, Marc Jacobs is also known as the ultimate stylist for making last-minute adjustments to perfect every look right before it walks down the runway. The eyeshadows in each iconic palette are inspired by textiles and layering and come in 4 fashion finishes, so you can be the ultimate stylist too. Guys, I love this. It says the Steeletto palette was inspired by the cool tones of the city streets, and then if you read the names from this lightest tone all the way to the deepest tone in the palette, it's rule the concrete jungle, sidewalks become sparkling catwalks. Isn't that so cool? Oh my god. And see, that is why I love knowing what the inspiration was, because what a cute little thing that I totally would have just buzzed over. Hello, you're so cute. Okay, let's go ahead and put this on the lids. Now, I am going to prime my eyelids using just my standard Tarte Shape Tape. So I was kind of sitting here and thinking about which colors I want to dive in with first, and I think I actually want to start off by taking the matte purple shade right here. I'm just going to go ahead and pat this out, and I think I actually want to kind of keep it concentrated like up in this region. Now, I did not set my base because I definitely want these colors to really pop. So let's go ahead, and I'm just gonna lightly kind of layer this area up, but that purple was seamless and insanely fast. Okay, wow. So next up, I think I wanna blend out that upper purple area using this BH. I believe this is the number 5, but it's from the Rose Quartz collection. You cannot buy it separately, so it's just a BH brush from this collection. I really love it because it has a nice like fluffy but small brush tip to it, and it's perfect for kind of blending up into my upper brow bone. And I'm gonna take this nice light bone colored shade, and I'm going to use that to just diffuse that purple, a little freckle up there, just a little bit. Okay, so here's the deal. I love this color. I love the way that it just like blended out over. You guys do know, of course, I have super hooded eyes, so I always end up carrying a darker shade on the outer V, but right there on that inner portion, it looks so beautiful and so blended. Now to start building up the outer V, I think I'm gonna go in with the lighter brown, which is this guy right here, just to build up a little color. So I'm gonna start the outer V off here with the Morphe Y16. It's a nice blunted end, and I'm just gonna take that lighter brown shade, and I'm basically gonna start kind of fluffing it overall into this outer crease area. I don't wanna build it up super deep. I'm more or less just laying a nice foundation for the darker brown shade. So I wanna give this nice lighter side of the purple up here that's a little bit higher in my brow bone area right here. I wanna give it somewhere to transition before I go in and hit it with that nice deep brown shade. So it won't take a lot of this color because it does appear to be building up beautifully. And with a very light hand, kind of small circular motions back and forth between the purple and this brown shade. But honestly, it took like 12 seconds and that color just built up on its own. So that's not upsetting at all. Now we're gonna go in, this is the ColourPop E9, and we're gonna grab the deeper brown shade. So we are transitioning on that outer V from this brown to this brown. They were very slightly different in pan and in swatch, so I'm very curious to see if they actually build up any different on the lid. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay, wow. I think I love you, so what am I so afraid of? All I did was touch it like twice. Look at that color. Guys, this one ain't messing. Don't play around. She will eat your soul. So as I go in and I layer up this deeper brown shade, I can definitely see the difference between that brown and the first brown, because the base pigment on this one is so much deeper than the base pigment on the other brown. Like, they swatch similarly, but once you go in with more than one tap of this one, it is so deep and so lustrous, like right from the beginning. Whereas the other light brown, I was able to just build it up to be like a normal deep brown, if that makes sense. I am gonna go back in here with that same BH brush and the same light bone colored shade, and I'm just going to diffuse this entire area here up toward my brow. Now for the actual eye, I was trying to debate, like, do I want to do an official cut crease? Like, how do I want to work this? Or do I want to just like glitter glue it, call it a day? And the reality is I want to play a lot with this purple shade because I'm obsessed with the glitz, but I really want to see how this satiny type, slightly lackluster shade, like how does that translate to the lid? Because I feel like for me, that's going to be the make it or break it in this palette. Guys, I think we're just going to do a bang and cut crease because like, hello, yes. So I'm going to grab my Tarte Shape Tape in Porcelain Beige, the same stuff I used to prime and prep the lids. And we're gonna take this on a nice little Morphe flat brush here, and we are just going to give ourselves a nice wide cut, girl. Ooh, we love her. That's a big ass cut crease. Yes, queen. I love taking them nice and wide because it just opens up my inner eye so much. And then I'll just take what's left on the brush here and kind of pull it over to the side and just lightly blend it out. So I'm gonna grab my NYX glitter glue, you guys know the drill, and I'm going to coat that entire cut crease in this stuff before I go in with any glitter. This is a step you can skip if you don't have super inhospitable eyelids, which I do, so I go in and I always give myself a little layer of glue just to make sure everything sticks and stays where I want it to, girl, because I didn't go through all this for it to move around. Honey boo boo. Now on my finger here, I'm just gonna take this beautiful purple shade, and I think we're gonna pack that near the outer portion of the eye. And we're just gonna layer it on. Oh my God, that is beautiful. Now I just left this inner section because now I'm gonna pick up that center satin shade, and I'm going to pack that on and pray because I don't know what to expect from this color. I mean, it could translate beautiful. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second, guys, it's beautiful. Marc, I knew you wouldn't do me dirty. Okay, I didn't know that, but like I was really hoping. Guys, it's so pretty. Just to make sure I get up and close, I'm gonna grab the same brush that I just used to cut the crease, and I'm going to run that color all the way up there just to be good and precise. Guys, I can't even pretend. That is absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna grab a little bit more of the shimmery purple shade, the one that I just put out back here. And I'm just gonna add a little bit and kind of blend it with that silver satin. Now I am gonna go back in with that dark brown shade on this outer V just a little bit and re-blend that shimmer purple into the outer V very, very lightly. I don't wanna add a ton of depth. I just want to make sure everything looks very blended. Okay guys, so this is where we're at right now. I love it, and I'm gonna run off of camera. I'm obviously gonna do this eye, I'm gonna finish up the rest of my face, and when I come back on, we're gonna talk about this. Maybe I'm gonna throw one of those little fine liners in the waterline, I'm not sure, but I will be right back, and then we're gonna unveil the finished look of this cute little adorable stiletto palette. Okay you guys, that is it. I went ahead, I finished up everything else on my face, and I did just decide after I went off of camera to finish up that eye a long time ago. I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to keep playing around with new makeup. So tomorrow you guys are actually going to see the rest of what is on my face. It's a new primer. We have a new concealer. Actually, we have two new concealers. We have new bronzer, blush, highlight, mascara. Like, we have all kinds of newness coming at you guys tomorrow. So be ready for that. Now, as far as this Marc Jacobs palette, what I think, I'll get to that here in a second. The first thing I want to mention is that I don't even think I recorded it, but for the lower lash line, I went in and I just lightly smoked out a little bit of that purple shade with a tiny bit of that darker brown shade, and it blended out literally like that. I didn't have to do any work. Like, working with this palette has literally been one of the easiest things today. I don't even know, like, I don't even understand how it could possibly be so easy and so almost foolproof in a way, because I feel like there's so much richness, but also it's so blendable, so workable, that it's just effortless all at the same time. Like, it is truly majestic to me. I have loved playing with this palette today so much. Now, as far as the versatility, I kept asking myself, like, what can you really do with this palette? Is it going to be something you can use a lot? Are you going to get a lot of work out of it? And here's the thing, I actually think I changed my mind, because before I started today's video, I was like, oh, like, you're not going to get a lot of looks out of it. But I feel like because you can maneuver and really manipulate these shadows so well, I think you can get a lot of use out of it. I feel like this black shade, which I almost went in with on the outer outer V, but I was like, ugh, a little bit too much. I could have smudged it on the lower lash line and upper lash line, but I didn't go that far. But other than that one deep shade, I used all the rest. Now, the only thing I'm not a fan of is the way the palette looks right now, which I'm gonna actually do a zoomed cut in for you guys, because I feel like this is in some rough ass shape, and I only used it today. Like, this is the first and only time, and I feel like the middle satin shade looks really beat up. The glitter shade looks very beat up. All of the powder is all over the place. And I say all of this just because I want you guys to really see when I say that these are very velvety, very soft, very workable shades, that does come at a price. And so while they are amazing, I do think there's a lot of waste to be considered, if you will. If you are the type that you're like, look, I just want something good, I'm willing to pay more for it, I love the color scheme, I love whatever the case may be about this palette, and you don't care about that, then that's fine. Go ahead, pick it up. You will not be disappointed. I will say, I think that just based on the way this palette looks versus the other ones I have, I feel like these might be a touch softer, a touch more flaky, a touch more kick-uppy in pan than all the other ones. I just use so many words that are not real. But I feel like overall, those might be, they might be a little softer. So consistency on this one is like maybe a freckle off. But again, blendability and all of that is so on point that I can't care. I really did enjoy this. Now, I did, like I said at the beginning of the video, also want to play around with these a little bit. So I took the shade Dove Affair and I ran that into my lower waterline. It's just a really nice light kind of gray smoky feel, which I really like. And then on the upper waterline, I actually took the shade Blacker, which they sent me this tiny little travel size for free when I placed my order, and I really liked it as well. I feel like the tip of these is so small. They're very easy to work with, to manipulate, and really just get in there without causing my eyes to water a ton, which is great. And I've been wearing this for quite a while now, and neither color has started to bleed off. It hasn't went into my tear duct, my outer V, nothing. They have stayed put, which is so true of Marc Jacobs highliners and now fine liners. I really like these. The only issue I have is that these are the type that once you twist it up, you cannot twist it back down. They're the click once and girl, you ain't clicking back kind of pen, so keep that in mind. But overall, the quality factor is definitely there, and I really enjoyed that as well. And you guys, that is it for this video. I don't have anything else for you. You will obviously, like I said, see the rest tomorrow, and I'm super excited for that. So if you have not yet and you're excited for that video, definitely thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your notifications, because y'all, I am here 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The videos go up bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in good old northern Michigan, which is so early. So whether you're up, you're getting your hair done, your makeup did, your kids off to school, you're going to work, I don't care what you're doing, hell, maybe you're even at work and you're like, I just need a break from the world, turn it on, because it's there Monday through Friday. Sometimes we have a hiccup, sometimes Paige don't feel good, but for the most part, 5 videos a week. So definitely subscribe and turn on your notifications for that. And also, while you're at it and you want to help me get verified on Instagram, I would greatly appreciate it if you went down to the description box and followed me on Instagram and on Twitter. They are both linked down below, and I am trying so hard. You guys have helped a ton. You're probably sick of me talking about it at this point, but I just can't love you guys more. Like, you have honestly all stepped up so much, and you've all been like, hey, look, I don't even use Instagram, I downloaded it for you, like I just wanted to help. I know it's not much. Like, you guys, every single one of you doing it matters, and it makes a huge difference. So thank you again all so much for that. And I think that's everything, you guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me in my new space. I can't wait to go ahead and keep it moving and evolving it. I know it's a little rough right now. It's very different, but it is brighter, and at the end of it all, my goal is to make it brighter, more awake in here, and just have a cute little moment all set up. So definitely stay around if you're excited for that. And yeah, that's it, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm coming up. I want the world to know. Na, 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 na. This little Marc Jacobs release, oh, I just hit myself in the face. Okay. I am going to go back in with that light bone colored shade on that same BH. Moonoonie, moonoonie, noonie, noonie. Is that a real song? No, it's not. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. This is the, wait, this is, shut up. I see you dancing. The hell with romancing. She sweat, wet. Gotta go on like a turbo vet. Oh! Hint of blackberry. Boy, I wish that said hint of vodka. Oh, I wish I could drink. Okay.